What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrubae here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to talk about this situation where apparently some lady was breastfeeding her cat on an airline. Yeah, that's right, bro. I really have no idea what to make of this either. You know your Karen-ness is to the next level if you're breastfeeding a cat.
Nice rack and her ass Brazilian. Just turned 21, but my bank's $1 million.
Alright, dude, I don't know what it is. I know this for a fact. Airlines have seen a drastic increase in crazy passengers over the last year, dude. And usually it's someone like trying to fight a flight attendant for not giving them more almonds or something. Usually it's not something as bizarre as someone breastfeeding their cat. But I guess in the year 2021, you really can't ever write anything out. Female passenger reportedly breastfeeds cat on Delta flight. You just gotta wonder what everybody around her was thinking, bro. I know for a fact that, like, sitting next to a stranger on an airplane is already kind of awkward, right? Like, it's not already the giant, most great experience of all time. But if I'm sitting next to a stranger on an airplane and they whip out a cat and then start breastfeeding the cat, I feel like that's when I decide that I'm never flying again. You could catch me in the back of a U-Haul in a sleeping bag with a Nintendo DS before I ever catch a flight again if some random person starts breastfeeding an animal next to me. What in the bizarre world is going on here? Why would you ever want to breastfeed a cat in the first place? And two, why did you ever think that was possible? Like, if cats could survive on human milk, I feel like people would have figured this out by now. Like, clearly you're nuts. If you're breastfeeding your cat, I don't care what your excuse is. That's weird. I don't care. Well, it could help. It doesn't matter. You're weird for breastfeeding your cat. But you're extra weird for, like, if you're gonna breastfeed your cat, if you're gonna go out a way to be a weirdo, I can't stop you. It's America. You have the right to be a weirdo. But don't do it on an airplane surrounded by people that can't escape you. Like, if you're gonna breastfeed a cat, you at least have to make sure everyone around you has the option to leave. What are they supposed to do? Jump out the plane, no parachute, DB Cooper style? Most pet owners will go to great lengths to care for their pets, and when it comes to people and pets, the question isn't often what you do for them, but what you wouldn't do. But for one American Airlines passenger, the later didn't seem to include breastfeeding. A screenshot going viral of what looks like a pilot messaging system that suggests a passenger on Delta DL1360 and to Atlanta breastfeeding her cat and refused to stop despite repeated requests from the crew. Oh my goodness, bro. Like, whose grandma is this breastfeeding their cat on the airplane, dude? After repeated requests to stop somehow makes this even funnier than it already was. Like, the lady's already weird for whipping it out and breastfeeding the cat mid-cabin, right? On top of that, they walk over, ma'am, you can't breastfeed your cat on the airplane. You're making people uncomfortable. And they ask multiple times for her to stop, and each time she's like, no, the cat needs to eat. It's got to get its milk, okay? Listen, I think people that get really, really mad about breastfeeding in general, like, it's like there's just not, like, there's way better things to get mad about. You're getting mad about breastfeeding. But yeah, I can understand how everybody on this plane was mad uncomfortable with her breastfeeding a cat, dude. That's just not very normal, right? Unless I'm missing something, bro. I've seen both Tiger King documentaries. Not once did they ever mention that cats can, like, get sustenance from human milk. You think Joe Exotic wouldn't have been trying to cut corners and get human milk to feed his cats if this was possible? I love it, bro. The pilot comes on the intercom. He's like, ma'am, please put the cat down. You are making everybody on this flight feel very weird and like we are all going to be on the receiving end of a PETA commercial. Please stop. No, I refuse. I simply will not stop doing it. Like, I feel like if I was on an airplane and a stewardess asked me to stop doing something, I would be so embarrassed to keep going. I couldn't ever imagine, like, looking at the person in charge of my safety on the plane and being like, you know what? Eat my shorts. I'm gonna keep going. The passenger is in 13A breastfeeding a cat and will not put the cat back in its carrier when requested. The pilot requested Delta's Red Coat ground team to meet the customer after landing and reprimand her. According to an online source, the carrier was contacted to comment whether the incident took place. Dude, could you imagine, like, you have all these security people waiting at the gate, you're in the airport, oh my god, somebody must have gone insane and, like, punched a flight attendant or something, like, what is going on here? The plane lands, they start letting people off, they just haul off this, like, woman with a cat carrier. It's my right to breastfeed this cat wherever I please. I thought this was America. I didn't realize that breastfeeding a cat wasn't in the Constitution. Amendment 47 clearly states that I can breastfeed my cat wherever I please. I don't know, bro. This entire situation is wild. I don't know what working as a flight attendant is supposed to entail. Mostly like giving people peanuts, Coke, staying in a different city every night, dealing with Karens all the time. It doesn't seem like a crazy fun job in my opinion. That's why I don't do it. But I respect the hell out of anyone that can deal with this all day and then keep going to that job, bro. Like if I had to ask a woman to stop breastfeeding her cat and then she like got mad at me for being unreasonable, I don't know how I like could take that job seriously at that point, right? And they're always so professional, bro. Like at least in my experience, I've never had a flight attendant just start like trying to slap me or anything, but you know they asked her very nicely. Ma'am, can I please ask you to recage the cat and stop providing it nutrients? Like, you know they said it in just some very eloquent, professional way. Like, that's just how flight attendants be doing it. Delta has tightened regulations regarding emotional support animals after the last few years, after experiencing an 84% increase in incidents. However, unlike this case, it's usually the animal acting up. Passengers are still allowed to bring their small dogs and cats into the cabin, but they must stay in the kennel underneath the seat for the entire flight. All right, man, I'm just glad they're not going to punish everybody and be like, no more pets on planes, because this very clearly isn't the pet's fault. All right, like, obviously, it's a different story if the cat gets out of its carrier and goes and, like, attacks the pilot, right? At that point, it's just, maybe no more animals on the plane. You know, I could understand that. There's just no reason to punish everyone that travels with their dog for no problem because this lady decided to start breastfeeding her cat mid-air, dude. What about being 40,000 feet up enticed her to do this? I'm still not too sure. I also love how they're supposed to stay in the cage. Like, that just makes sense, bro. The last thing that a flight needs is a bunch of animals running up and down the middle of the aisle, like, playing with each other. I love my dog a crap ton, right? But, you know, when he's around other dogs, he plays like a dog. That's the last thing I need them doing on a plane is, like, running around chasing each other. Could you imagine the stewardess trying to come down the alley with, like, that big thing of drinks that they usually carry down the alley and, like, some dog just knocks her over? This is wild, bro. I still can't believe that some people are out there breastfeeding their pets, dude. I love my dog. I really do. He's a sweetheart. I spoil him. Not once have I ever been like, you want to try some human milk, pal? Not once. Not ever in a million years would that even cross my mind, because at the end of the day, I know he's a dog, and like, that's just weird, bro. I've heard of insane cat ladies, but if you start literally providing sustenance to them from your body, then it's just a little weird, dude. It's the equivalent of just letting your cats eat your dead body afterwards. That's your plan for the funeral. All 87 of my cats will slowly devour my body until I'm nothing but bone left. Seriously, though, if you're working for airlines, then best of luck to you if you're dealing with people breastfeeding a cat. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to press the like button. Let me know in the comments section down below what you thought. And, of course, subscribe if you're new and turn on notifications if you guys think that breastfeeding your cat is bizarre. If you really want to help me out, I'll put a link to the intro song down below along with a link to my podcast, The Scuffed Cast, or you could use code Scrubae at the G Fuel checkout. You get a discount on G Fuel. It helps me out. Everyone's a winner. And last but certainly not least, I got two things to plug. One, the Storytime Spotify. As you guys know, I did put some of my story times up on Spotify. Link will be in the description. Be sure to check that out if you haven't already. I would appreciate it. And then, of course, we got the Karen Christmas sweater, the coolest Christmas merch to ever exist, which can be yours by visiting the link in the top of the description and buying it. Yeah, that's right. The Grinch himself said it's dripping. And yeah, on that note, guys, that'll do it. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and hopefully I will see each and every single one of you guys next time with another video. I'm out. Peace.